Myself, Dr. M. Ashwini, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Nutrition and Dietetics, St.Josephs College of Arts and Science for Women, Autonomous, Osur. Here I am going to discuss the subject on food science. In this video, I am going to discuss the toxic constituents of pulses. They are trypsin inhibitor, lanthrogen, favisum, hemoagglutinin, cyanogenic glycoside, safnin, goitrogen, and tannin. So to remove this toxic constituent, we have to process the pulses. The processing of pulses are milling or decortication, removal of outer seed coat or husk from the pulses. Dehusking removes the anti-nutritional factors. Seed coat contain 80 to 90% of total seed polyphenol. Soaking, steeping of pulses in water for several hours. Whole gram have outer covering, need soaking prior to cooking. Soaking reduce the phytic acid and oleic acid oligosaccharide. Rehydration of moisture content increased from 10% to 60 to 70%. Germination, controlled sprouting after soaking and incubation. Whole gram soaked at overnight and water should be drained away. The seeds were tied in a loosely woven cloth and hang. In a day or 2 days, germination takes place. Riboflavin, niacin, folic acid, choline and biotin content can be increased. Vitamin C is synthesized during germination. Enzymes are activated. It increases vitamin C around 70 to 20 milligram per 100 gram of pulses and maximal after 30 hours of germination. Fermentation, microbial process increase digestibility and the microbial enzyme breakdown and legume protein and enhance cooking process. Improves palatability and nutritive value, especially vitamin B and vitamin C. Parching or puffing, traditional household practice for roasting or parching pulses involves initial sprinkling the grains with a little water. Puffing, seeds are soaked in a water mixed with the sand that had been heated at 250 degrees Celsius and then heated for a short time. And last processing method is extrusion. Extrusion is a blend of cereals and legume flour extruded at high temperature. Extrusion process is nothing but the extruded product which is available in the market. Example, pasta, vermicelli, noodles. This comes under extrusion. And now we are going to see that of toxic constituents. Under this one, first one is trypsin inhibitor. Trypsin inhibitor, which is present in red gram, Bengal gram, cowpea, double bean, soya bean, and lanthris sativa and peas. It is a protein which inhibits the activity of trypsin in the gut and interfere with the digestibility of dietary protein and reduce their utilization. During this trypsin inhibitor may causes pancreas enlargement, growth retardation occurs in animal that consuming diet which contain trypsin inhibitor. Release of essential amino acid, especially methionine, hamper the presence of this inhibitor. Generally, it is an heat liable and pressure cooking which will destroy the trypsin inhibitor. Autoclaving at 120 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 minutes, it inactivate all the trypsin inhibitors. Trypsin inhibitors are easily inactivated from the dal by drastic heat treatment. This is necessary to inactivate trypsin inhibitor of soybean and kidney bean. Trypsin inhibitors prevent degradation of storage protein during seed maturation. And the second one is lanthrogen. Lanthrogen, which may causes lantherism, is a nervous disease that what we call it as a scrimpleman. It is preventable. This is due to excessive consumption of pulses, especially lantheris sativus. It may be affected the young men between the age group of 5 to 45 years. Lanthris sativa is nothing but the kesari dal which can be grown in a dry districts of Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Maharashtra, Mysore and Andhra Pradesh. It is commonly known as kesari dal. Dehusked seed resemble like Bengal gram dal. Sometimes kesari dal is adulterated in other dals. The symptoms of lantherism are muscle rigidity, weakness, paralysis of the leg. Next, the stages of Lantherism. There are four stages which involved in the Lantherism. The first stage, that what we call it as is walking with a short step and jerky movement, kind of scissor or crossed gained and non-sticky stage. So stage 1, what we call it as a non-sticky stage. And second one, stage 2, increased muscular stiffness, perform all walking by talking the pelvis to such degree that a stick is necessary to maintain the balance. This is called one stick stage. Stage 1, which is called no stick stage. Stage 2, which is called as one stick stage. And stage 3, here the muscular rigidity, patient needs to stick for support, marked tittling pelvis sideway imbalance. This is called two stick stage. And stage 4, patients are unable to walk upright, bending of knees and extreme stiffness of lower limbs. It will reduce this the crankling by taking his weight on his hand. So these are the four stages of Lantherism. Stage 1, that what we call it as is non-sticky stage. Stage 2, that what we call it as is one stick stage. Stage 3, what we call it as is two stick stage. And stage 4 is unable to walk upright. These are the stages of Lantherism. And next one, neurotoxin, which is responsible for Lantherism, is beta N oxyl L alpha B diaminopropionic acid. This can be removed by steeping and parboiling. Steeping is nothing but 4 times quantity of seed is first brought to boil. Seeds are soaked in water for 2 hours. Drain out the water. Seeds are washed with cold fresh water and sun dried. Here 80 to 90% of toxic were removed. Next one is parboiling. Seeds are soaked in cold water for 12 hours. Seeds are steamed for 20 to 30 minutes. Again, seeds are soaked for 1 hour and dried. 80 to 90% of toxin were leached out by this process. Next one is favism. The characteristics of hemolytic anemia, which involved who are deficient in glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenate consumed fava-bean or broad bean. It can be susceptible to individual. The level of glutathione in the erythrocyte is also reduced. 3 different components of presence in fava-bean. 2 of these are glycosides known as visin and covisin. 3/3 of the amino acid derivatives are known as DOPA, that is dihydroxyphenylalanine. Germination and boiling reduces this toxic constituents in the substance. Next one is hemoagglutinin, protein in nature sometimes referred to as a phytoagglutinin or lecithin. It reduces the food intake, result in poor growth. Lecithin interact with dipeptidase, disaccharides and other enzymes involved in nutrient digestion and uptake. It is isolated from soybean, field bean, white bean, double bean and horse gram. It is eat liable and combined with cell lining the intestine. Some way it combined with the red blood cells that causing an impairment with the absorption of amino acid. Lecithin protect the plant from fungal attack and insect infestation. And next one is cyanogenic glycosides. On hydrolysis by enzyme yield hydrocyanic acid. This may cause a cyanide poisoning which interfere with the tissue respiration. On hydrolysis, glucosides of enzyme B glucosidase hydrogen cyanide content which ranges from 10 to 20 milligram per 100 gram of pulses is considerable safe. If exists the amount that may be unsafe for human consumption. Green pod cells of rajma, it contains cyanogenic glycosides. Legume except lima bean contain limited cyanogenic content. And next one is saffanin. Saffanin produces a lanther or foam shaken with water. Glycosides of high molecular weight. It is present in soybean. Saffanin which may causes nausea and vomiting. Toxin can be eliminated by soaking prior to cooking. Next one is gastrogen. Substance interfere with iodine uptake by thyroid gland. Thiocyanate, isothiocyanate and their derivatives are present in soya bean, groundnut and lentils. The excessive intake of face margil, intake of iodine leads to precipitation of goiter. And next one is tannin. Tannin should be considered as polyphenolic compound which is present in seed coat of legumes. Tannin bonds with iron irreversibly irreversibly with iron absorption. Tannin interfere with the digestive action of trypsin and alpha amylase, rendering the dietary protein and carbohydrate indigestible. Tannin binds with protein and reduce their availability. It affects the absorption of B complex vitamin. Removal of seed coat of legumes will help to reduce the tannin content. Removal of husk lowers the tannin content and improve the appearance, color and cooking quality, palatability, digestibility of the grains and bioavailability of the nutrient. White coat beans which contain negligible amount of tannin. Black and red varieties have higher content of tannin. Red kidney bean, black gram and soya bean have high tannin content. High tannin content. So these are the toxic constituents of pulses. Thank you.